Proverbs 16, verse 9. In their hearts, humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps. Now, people say, well, if God's really in charge and he plans everything, then my choices don't count. Or people will say, since my choices count, God actually has not planned everything out. But the Bible says, no, it's not 50-50, God and humanity. It's not 80-20 or 20-80. It's 100% and 100%. It's 100% God, 100% you. Take a look at Pharaoh. He hardened his heart, and yet the Bible says God hardened his heart. Which was it? It was both. Look at Acts 27. Paul says, God has told me that no one on this ship is going to die in this storm. And yet when the sailors try to go off into the lifeboat, he says, you better stay on here or we're all going to die. Do our choices matter? Yes. Is God totally in charge? Yes. And you know what's great about that? For me, it means on the one hand, if I thought everything was determined so that my choices didn't matter, I'd have no incentive to plan, to work, to make any effort. But on the other hand, if I thought that my choices could ruin God's plan for me, and Romans 8:28 says, all things work together for good for those who love God. If I thought I could ruin his plan for me, I would be afraid to get out of bed in the morning. But this wonderful paradox by which Jesus Christ himself died, because he died by the foreordination of God, and yet he died because people crucified him and they were responsible for it. Jesus died and saved us through this paradox. Now I can live through this paradox, which is what I do counts, and yet God is working all things for my good and his glory. I can rest in that and yet still have every incentive to do everything with every fiber of my being for his glory.